What is poppin', fans? Spanik here, the coach of your New York Rangers, and this is week number 5 of the Western Pokemon League, or the WPL. Your New York Rangers are taking on Brett and his Seattle Togedamarus in a battle where we look to remain undefeated. We're currently 4-0 in this league. We're playing really well with this bulky offensive team that we have, and I look to continue that here on this week. So Brett is bringing some menacing threats, such as Terrakion, that's a regular Metagross. Mega Metagross was banned in this league. Tapu Fini, Mega Pidgeot, which is really, that's a really bad mon from a good side team because I have no switches to that monster. Electros, which is a nice bulky pivot, and Crocodile, which a Moxie Scarf set could be very terrifying. So anyway, this is the team I'm bringing to try to combat that. The Mega Pidgeot is a giant threat, which is why I have a Spit F Toxapex here, to just be able to come in on that thing, be able to eat hits from it. We have a Fizdef Tank Growth, mainly built for the Terrakion and the Metagross. I believe I have Life Orb Kieran Black this week. No, I have Z-Hail Kieran Black, because really nothing on his team appreciates a Blizzard and Hail, and I have Earth Power for that Metagross as well. And Fusible for the Tapu Fini, which seemed to be the only ice resist that he brought anyway. So that could be very nice. If Kieran was to get the sweep, then Sharpedo might be able to. With where Life Orb protect 3 attacks. I think Dual Stab and Poison Jab, same we brought last week. Except we have now Protect instead of Sub. We have a Mega Gardevoir with Calm Mind 3 attacks. Focus Blast, Dual Stab. No, I have not Focus. I have Dual Stab and Destiny Bond. So I could maybe Destiny Bond and force a switch on Pidgeot or something. Because Gardevoir has base 135 Spit F. That thing could probably take a Hurricane. And last but not least, we have a Spit F Mudsdale just to get up rocks and be a secondary answer to the Pidgeot. And wall the Electros and the Crocodile as well. Because Crocodile can't really touch Mudsdale. Mudsdale is such an underrated mon. I love it. It was tier 5 in this league, which I think is a steal. I think it should be tier 4. But whatever, I'm not complaining. Stamina is such a good ability. And I think I'm high up Papa Berry on this thing too, because especially with the addition of 50% berries, you can take hits better, and then get the berry, and then you're back up to a decent amount of HP to take more hits. Okay, so that's his team, and this is my team, so let's get right into this battle and see if we can remain undefeated in the WPL. Alright, so I decided to lead with my Kyurem as he leads with the Fini. This was the one thing I didn't want him to lead with, and he led with it anyway. So I go ahead into my Toxapex, which is my best switch into the Fini, as I do have Gunk Shot. So he goes into this as I get up Toxic Spikes. Really doesn't help because of, it won't help right now because of the Misty Terrain. But if that terrain is gone and I can poison the Terrakion or the Fini on a switch in, that could be very nice for me later on. As now my Tangrowth comes in, I take an HP Ice relatively well, as he's going to Volt Switch out into his Pidgeot here, as on my Earthquake. I Earthquake there thinking he was going to go into his Terrakion, expecting me to knock off. But I decided to go for the EQ, because predicting the Terrakion there. So then I go into my Toxapex as my only switch into this thing, as he decides to get off a Hurricane, deal some big fat damage to me. I will be able to take another one, so on his Defog here, I am going to fire off a Scald, as I don't get the burn, which is alright. I'll be able to take another Hurricane relatively well, as I do fire off the Gunk Shot here, and I don't get the poison, which is a bit unfortunate, as now he decides to U-turn out here, back into this thing on my Recover, which is okay. He's going to go for the HP Ice, thinking I go Tangrowth, but I opt to stay in here and re-get up my Toxic Spikes. So now Fini, if he decides to bring that in, will get poisoned, as the Toxic Spikes goes before that. So now he HP Ices on my Earth Power, as now he goes for Flamethrower, as he switches back out into the Pidgeot on my Earth Power, which is a bit unfortunate, because now he's going to just be able to defog again here, but he doesn't. He goes for the Hurricane. Does a decent amount, but now here he's going to be able to defog as I fire off another Gunk Shot. It doesn't kill, but I do get the poison, and that is going to net me the kill there. Very unfortunate for him, because Pidgeot was so nice against me. So now he goes out into the Metagross as I pull a switch into my Tangrowth here. He gets his rocks up, which is okay. So he goes back into this on my knockoff. I knock off his leftovers, so no more recovery for him. As now I go for the Power Whip here, taking him out, and I actually outspeed, which is surprising. So now he goes into the Metagross here. Ice Punches ain't going to do anything to my Tangrowth. As I go for EQ. But now he goes for Ice Punch here, gets a crit on my knockoff, and I'm able to knock off his Aqua Berry, which is very, very nice. So now he goes into the Crook on my EQ. So now I pull a switch here into my Mudsdale. It was made for this Crocodile. He's going to EQ. That's going to do nothing. As I get the stamina, now I'm going to be able to get my own rocks here, which I think I do go for. Yeah, I got my own rocks up here, which is nice. His Defogger's dead, so my rocks are up here to stay. As now he goes for knockoff, knocks off my Assault Vest, which is completely fine. He goes for Moonblast, taking me out. That's okay. I really don't need my Tangrowth anyway. As now I go out into the Gardevoir, and I could just net myself a kill here. He goes for Protect, which is, that's fine. I could just go for, I went for Calm Mind here. Predict, I don't know what. Well, it paid off, because now I am going to be able to take out this Metagross with the Hyper Voice, which is very, very, very nice. So now he's going to get out into the Crook. This is clearly Scarf Moxie Crook. I cannot let this thing get a kill and get a Moxie boost. He's just going to EQ on my Mudsdale. I get the stamina, and my Aya Papa pops. So I'm at a very, very, very good amount of HP. As I am just going to fire off an EQ here, and I get nice damage on that Feeny. That really did a lot of damage. So now I go out of my Kyurem here on the sack, because I wanted to bring in my Gardevoir for free. As, yeah, Gardevoir is going to be able to come in here and get another kill. As I go for Hyper Voice, that actually doesn't kill the Feeny, but it really doesn't make a difference, because I will be able to eat that. He gets a special attack drop, but it really doesn't make a difference. He goes for Protect. I don't see why he protected there. Even at -1, this is going to be a dead Feeny. Leftovers is not... He does get the double Protect, but it really still doesn't matter because he still has to pick a sack. He's wasting PP, but I have like 14 more Hyper Voices left. But now he goes out into this as I just pull a switch into my Mudsdale, and it just walls the hell out of this Crook. Like, that does 30%, and it's going to be doing even less now because of my defense boost. As we could just trade Earthquakes here. Like, Mudsdale hits hard. Like, damn, but he is going to get the Moxie here, but it really doesn't matter, as I can just go into my Shark and be able to clean up this game. I go for the Protect, meaning now I will be able to even outspeed a Scarf Crocodile. And I go for Liquidation. That takes out the Crook. At +2, I believe I will be able to outspeed a Scarf Terrakion. He goes down Terrakion, I click Liquidation, and he dies. So, GG to Brett. As we do remain undefeated in the WPL, we are now 5-0. Very, very, very nice start here to our WPL career. And yes, Tier 4 Shark wasn't a steal, guys. This thing has been putting in so much work for me lately. Like, I can't believe I was able to get this with a Tier 4 pick. It's really, really nice. With Life Orb, it hits so hard. It has the same physical attack as Weavile. No wonder I see this thing Tier 3 in a lot of leagues. So next week we take on a familiar foe. We take on Nacho and his Detroit Terrabolts. So hopefully we can keep up our undefeated stretch against him, because this was probably the last week of our Beginning Easy schedule. Now we're going into the area of my schedule where I looked at it and I was like, oh shit, because next week we have Nacho, who's a very, very good opponent. I played him in a lot of different leagues. He's very, very good. Then after that, we have OP Jellison, Sohan, and the Toronto Leaf Storms, who we face in ICBA, and he destroyed us. Then we have, after Sohan, Ryan and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who's also undefeated. So this is a very, very... And I think week 9, we have Matt O'Shea, who's another ICBA coach who had a really nice battle against an ICBA. Definitely check that out if you haven't. Very, very good game against him, who's also a very, very tough opponent. So we have a lot of tough opponents coming up. So it was great. So we're off to a great start. Great that I could get 5 wins right off the bat. And now going into this tough part of our schedule, hopefully we can keep it up. So, Spack out, and I will see you guys next week. Peace!